in the house, we found that the Hunts have owned this property since, if I remember, it was either 14 or 17. I think it was 1917.
Yeah.
And like when we look at the Model A Ford, that was bought new. It's always been on this farm.
So everything they ever used never left the farm. It all either got stuck in the pile or stuck in the barns. That is a barn find. What a time capsule. Brought to the farm new and never left. This was kind of the repair shop.
Well, this is the older repair shop.
Okay.
There is a newer shop.
Wow.
And in fact, in the newer shop, we found receipts in the 80s where Roy Mack did repair work for neighbors.
Yeah.
And he could fix about anything.
Wow.
I'm trying. Most of this we're just selling like this lot. 478 is from here to the end of the bench.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's hard to break it up.
Yeah, these lots are going to be some pretty big lots. There's a lot. You'll see a lot of flat belt.
Wow, big
those
old.
have electric motors. I don't know if those originally came with electric motors, but
yeah.
I think those drill presses were originally flat belt.
Is that like a 8-foot brake, 7
That's an
foot?
8-foot brake.
Wow.
Yes.
Neat-o.
Yeah, there is definitely some neat equipment.
Yep.
Lighting is unfortunately, there are not good lights.
Yeah. Is the Chevy pickup selling? Is the Chevy pickup selling?
Yes.
Yeah. 69 or 70?
70.
Yeah.
That one fires right up.
Wow.
That one is a good running truck. He was still using it. At least we believe that he was still using it in his farming operation. It had a ton of tools. When we found it, it had a ton of tools in the bed and
Wow.
all around. But yeah, it's a pretty clean truck. There's a small. And we have video. We do have video. We got it running.
Wow.
And we did shoot some video of it driving.
Yeah. Yep. They kept her going.
And this tractor around this side. But there's a lot of this type of stuff too. Older ag equipment.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know how to date it, but those steel wheels, that's been around for a while. A little hopper. Now this tractor, we had it driving. We got video of it going as well.
Yeah.
The 641.
It's kind of refurbished.
There, this is the little dent I was talking about. Which to me, that just adds character.
Oh yeah.
Makes it look like a farm vehicle.
Yeah, you could spend 40 grand on this and make it look a little different, but you'd still drive it just the same and park it and look at it when you're done. So
That's kind of how I think.
and you'd be scared to use it for how it's meant to be used.
Now,
So
here is what I don't know what it is.
oh yeah.
If any of your people can tell me what this is, I would love to know. It's got hooks here, so I'm guessing it's a horse deal of some sort. It is long, way too long to be like for a wagon you put on the road.
Yeah.
And and there's nobody around that can tell me. And these come out.
There's a couple guys on the channel that watch that are just pretty encyclopedic about old farm equipment, so I'm guessing one of them will.
I'm selling it with the wood frame harrow.
Okay.
Thinking that it may have been what pulled that harrow.
Possibly,
But
yeah.
at the same time, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of these old jacks, including
There's a lot of good usable equipment here, welders and
oh yeah.
yeah, stuff a guy could put back in service.
I'm not sure. There is a simplex jack around here somewhere, but it's not there.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something. That building we were in at first, a bunch of stuff were stored in these boxes, so we took all the items out of those old ammo boxes.
Yeah.
Including one of these is kind of rare. Yeah, these. I've got two of them. Peter's cartridges. You don't run across those too often.
Yeah. Wow. A lot of different brands represented there.
There's that simplex. That's a big old railroad jack.
Oh yeah.
Big old simplex jack. And that other one I think is a railroad jack too.
Yeah. Well.
And then an anvil. Unfortunately, I think this one may have been modified. One is a really nice Peter Wright. That's a smaller one.
Yeah.
And the other one.
Yeah, they kind of trimmed her down, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure at the time thought he was really.
Yeah, there was a purpose and a plan and an idea then.
Now here's something else that you don't see that much. I don't know what it's going to bring, but the local people at least will remember this. Roy Mack had a big A that he had in the tractor brigade back in 1979.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this was on that brigade, and we found half of the newspaper article.
Yeah.
And the flag, and we're I guess I'm making the assumption that this sign was on there. I haven't been able to find any photographs or anything to prove that, but
yeah.
I really think that's probably where that came from.
Yeah. I found one out in western Kansas a guy had on his burn pile, and that was weathered enough you could just read it, and I kind of made out what the letters were and kind of halfway restored it. So yeah, I've got one in the collection. Mine says something about like prices and parity and farmers.
Parity
was the big.
That was one of their big deals going back to World War I think.
Yeah.
Kind of as their base.
Yeah.
This is old. I think I had back here, but there's some old tools right under there.
Oh yeah.
We have some antique tools and things of that sort.
The old Wizard tire patch and the Goodyear tire patch. Yep. All right. Well, take a look at some.
Yeah, when we get back to the grader, that's when we're going to really get into the hit and miss motors. But even, I mean, like you talked about usable equipment, this, I don't know how many welders make it. You know, that welder there, I mean, that's nice, 300 hours.
Yeah. What's that, $10,000 machine if you have to go buy it, probably?
Wouldn't surprise me. I'm not sure what this is. That Spalding 8, I really couldn't quite figure out.
Yeah.
That had been added. That is long pipe, right?
Yeah, single drawn pry bar, kind of neat. Got the post maul. A lot of people mistake that as being a sledgehammer, which it is not. It's a post maul.
Oh, post maul. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you drive a steel anything or pound on steel with it, you'll crack it. They're just designed to drive wooden stakes for tents and stuff.
I need to make sure I've got that marked. And then this has some antique. This has some antique tools as well. You've got, and I've got several of these on individual lots also.
Yeah. Grandpa's cordless drill.
Yep.
Yep.
And a lot of oil cans.
Yeah.
Several lots of, we do have, talking about old equipment that's still good to use. I've got, this is the good Craftsman. Real good Craftsman vise. And then that's an Indian import, but those two can be used as well.
Honda 3-wheelers. Those things have surprisingly gained a lot of collector interest now.
I'm curious. We have 3 of them. None of these are running.
Yeah.
But we do. He was into 3-wheelers.
But there's enough.
Up in the loft.
Oh wow.
A lot of these older lawnmowers. There is a really nice seed cleaner. Here's a smaller seed cleaner, but
Yeah.
we've also got a full-size unit.
Okay.
All right. Let's
Take a look at this trailer hitch a second. Shine your light on this hitch a second. A lot of these were marked with the application, but I don't think this one is. Yeah, just a catalog number. A lot of those will be marked like 56 Oldsmobile, 57 Plymouth, yeah. Those marked ones I'll get $150 a piece on eBay out of them, but the ones that are just a catalog number, you're kind of at the mercy of being able to find the brand's catalog. So. Oh wow, look at this sprayer that's almost a piece of folk art. Wow.
And there is some neat. I'll just kind of shine my light here. Those are old shop manuals.
Yeah.
Tractor shop manuals. From like the 50s and 60s. And like I was saying, there's plenty of oil cans.
Yeah. All right.
A lot of tools. That's mainly tools in there. This is mainly tools here. Oh, there's some. Lot 361 was those Fordson.
Oh yeah.
Toolboxes,
yeah.
And planes. These planes have kind of become popular.
Yeah.
We've got old planes. Those are old tools. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something that I'm going to be real surprised if you tell me you've seen one.
All right.
Actually, 2 are going to be surprised. One of them is a John Deere. The other is this is the one that I'm going to guess you've never seen one before.
I have not. Wow.
I have never seen one before either. It's powered off a John Deere hit and miss motor. It predates augers because you see it's more like a grain elevator. That lifts the grain.
Wow.
I have not been able to come up with a date. I've not been able to find a plate or anything on it.
Wow.
But, I mean, if you look at the old John Deere logo.
Yeah.
They quit using that. Of course, you have the steel wheels. And I guess if there's any way to date it, it would probably be off the engine.
Yeah. That thing's always been shedded too, because that's original paint. I mean, there's no rust at all on the galvanizing. Man. You wonder if they bought that and then shortly after it was kind of outmoded and that's why it never got used, or
I don't know. We
just
found
wonder the story.
In the house, we found that the Hunts have owned this property since, I remember it was either 14 or 17. I think it was 1917.
Yeah.
And like when we look at the Model A Ford, that was bought new. It's always been on this farm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, there's that's what I'm selling that other piece with. That is a Harrow.
Yeah.
It's a wood frame. That the points are the only metal.
Yeah. That's probably a logical piece. Yeah.
And then we have we have parts, old model.
Model A. Yeah.
Hey, that reminds me, there's one thing.
What is this, Acme mower?
This
yeah,
is the other one that I was
Jacobson.
going to say. I doubt you would have seen one of these.
Never.
Those are pretty rare too. That's the one that's the oddball one. I had the John Deere, and then was it Jacobs?
Yeah.
Jacobson,
Yeah.
Jacobson Manufacturing.
What a deal.
Let's actually go back. This is what I would call a shop, and I think this is where a lot of the work was done, at least in more recent years. You might take a look at how the gears are. I mean, it appears to me to be an old truck transmission that they used.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And then that's like probably a little Crosley or something. Thing's about the size of a cantaloupe.
I do have a story on this stove. This stove, this is what the neighbor told me. He said when Roy Mack was, he didn't know, 5, 6 years old. And I don't know, I'm not sure about the whole story, but something where he threw a chicken, I'm assuming it was a dead chicken, into the stove, and the fire, and I think it had oil on it or something. Anyway, it burned back on him, and he was in the hospital for almost a full year.
Wow.
That's back before they really knew how to treat wounds.
Yeah.
And you know, to me, if it was me, I'd have, once I got the property, that stove would have so gotten out of there.
Oh, yeah.
But no, he left it there.
Yeah. Made peace with the lesson learned.
Yeah. There was some here. Somewhere here we did see some receipts. A receipt book where they had done some work. And then these are from like tractor shows in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
1974. With a wheat centennial, would have been 74. This was actually in Haviland, Kansas. They had those signs up in Hillsboro, Kansas, because I have one of those old signs in my shop.
Yeah.
And I know that one came from Hillsboro. But this was Haviland. See, that would have been the 100th anniversary of Turkey Red Wheat. We are next year to be the 150th.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Year.
Yep. One day away.
I'm going to show you 2, 3, two steel-wheeled old John Deere plows, and this is where we found them.
Wow.
Was in here, but this is what made it interesting. They were parked here, and they were parked here, and they were both pointed that direction.
Huh.
So they had to have either been put there before these grain bins were put in,
Yep.
or he built a building on top of the plows.
Yeah.
But they also appear to have been shedded all along.
Yeah.
But they did not fit under there.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a lot of fun getting these out of here. I had a couple of Matt College Auto Restoration guys. We used that tree to hitch a chain around to get them pulled over, and then to finally the last pull to get them under there, they actually had to lift up the back of the plow.
Oh, yeah.
As I pulled it forward with the tractor.
Yeah.
And I thought afterwards that, oh, this is something. This is going to sell all as one lot. You can see there is something old underneath it.
Oh, yeah.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Could be a wagon. Could be an old manure spreader. And the reason I say the old manure spreader is I found a manual for an old manure spreader that it looks to me like this possible. That's
Yeah, that seems plausible.
But yeah, there's going to be even a more interesting than this scrap pile I will get to that.
All right,
Genuinely has some antiques in it.
Let's go look.
Okay. We can just walk around here and show you the clouds. Like I said, these plows we just pulled out. They've been shedded for years. We just pulled them out. We could take pictures so people could get to them.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen one that still has the factory paint on it.
Well, if you look around on this side, it's got the. I've never seen one that had that.
Oh, wow. I just saw a thing online where a guy, somewhere I think up in Illinois, they had one of the original, like, first 3 plows that John Deere built, and it was just passed down in the family.
Really? Well, there's some old. This is my old machinery row.
Yeah.
This is I think they call it a whiskey plow. That's what I have a name that says anyway. This we actually pulled this out of that scrap pile like I showed you.
Yeah. A few old pieces and relics, yeah.
And that's the one on the end's a Moline. There's 2 bottoms of Moline plow.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning a name on that green plow.
Okay.
And the reason being, I can't see anywhere it's a John Deere. And there was a Hunt Manufacturing in the 70s.
Yeah.
And the more I look at it, although it certainly used John Deere parts, I am not sure if that's homemade or not.
All right.
One part of these little plows, there's a new Deere plow back here. The 2 bottom. And that Ford, that is a Ford scoop.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a Deere 2 bottom plow. But the scrap pile, we pulled, like I said, we pulled some stuff out of it, but there's still a lot left in here that would have things of interest. Lot 2. Can't read my writing. 223 or 273, but this old thrashing machine.
Yeah.
We found records, and we're selling them on the auction from the 1920s and 30s, where it lists names which local people will recognize, and then it had how many bushels that they thrashed that day. So we do have the old thrashing records on it, and it was obviously part of a thrashing crew. I'm making the assumption that this was a thrashing machine used, but I think it probably was.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that about everything is still here. But there's a lot of steel wheels in there. This is something we started digging. At one point we were going to sell it separate, and then we ran out of time. But that's a blacksmith forge.
Yeah.
And it's just going to all sell with this pile. This is some type of a disc. 223. This is lot 223.
All right.
Everything all around these trees. So that's an old dump brake. Back when you would use the dump brake to make your windrows.
Yep. The old fuel tank body.
That's off of Sinclair.
Yeah.
Because we got on the auction, we did find those 2 round Sinclair.
Wow.
I don't think they're forced on. I think they're 10.
Yeah.
We're on the back of that truck.
Wow.
That one way there, and I don't know if one way is the right terminology, but I've always, at any rate, I'm pretty sure I had the manual. There's a manual for one way. It's going on the auction.
Wow. Got the old case. Seed drill. Copper washing machine.
There are going to be 5 or 6 complete washing machines.
Yeah.
That will go on the auction. We'll get to that here. There are a couple of different buildings. Here we have some Model A parts. Like we even have a Model B part. Here we have an old engine. This was, I'll show it to you later. This was in a building that looks like it's about to fall down.
Yeah.
We pulled, actually I put the tractor and loader up against the building so I knew it wouldn't fall down while I was in there. And then I pulled this out of here. And then this is...
Yeah, that'd be a T rear end.
That's a Model T. And then this would be a Model A rear end. And then the steel wheels, don't really know what they go to. Well, the 5 I think are all different at the far end. Those 2 are pretty much the same. And then of course these are matched up. These sets.
All right. Lot 42.
Now this, and I don't think this is stuck, but I mean, what old pump is it? You can tear it apart. I think this is kind of a treat too.
Yeah.
You know, one of those hit and miss motors, and it's kind of like set up for a show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huh. So everything they ever used never left the farm. It all either got stuck in the pile or stuck in the barns. C50's kind of an odd designation.
Oh, right here. Right here I've got some John Deere, what do you call it, counterweights?
Yeah, flywheels.
Flywheels, that's what I was
Yep. The old Ford van's pretty respectable.
We got it started. We got it running. Just a little bit, just enough to see it. This one we did get running. I've got video of the engine running.
Wow.
The clutch was completely stuck, so we weren't able to drive it.
Yeah. I've heard of guys, they'll start them and they'll just drive it around in a field in neutral until it lets loose.
I'll let the buyer do that.
Yep. Neat colors.
And my dad actually has the exact same year, 1960.
Yeah.
500, but his, partially his son, it's got a bunch of dents in it.
Yeah.
And this one is smooth. This one is clean.
Yeah.
You really don't see very many farm trucks that the tin is this clean.
He could buff that thing and get a nice gloss back and take her to town. How many miles were on this Ford van? That thing's pretty clean. Wow. Oh yeah. Yeah, she needs a little love, but tilt column. I got a roll of Cookie Monster blue shag carpet that's needing a home, and this would probably be a good place to put it to put it to rest. Trailer special.
The greenery's got the didn't miss over. Get that light. There's some light. Also has the 35 Ford in here.
Oh yeah. Wow. So he probably did have a bit of a collector's eye to refurb some of these and show them.
Well, the 57 looks like.
I mean, judging by this pump with the motor set up on it.
Well, there's a sign right here. There was like a sign you would put up at a show.
Oh yeah, this has a whole.
This is neat.
Fuller Johnson.
And then come around and
Madison, Wisconsin.
this is what you got to take a picture of this too. I've never seen one before. PW Rask, McPherson, Kansas.
Wow.
I did a little bit of research I could find out. Well, actually, that just says PW Rask, but there was a PW, according to the McPherson County Library, there was a Peter W. Rask that around the turn of the 20th century had it just said drilling business.
Well, yeah.
All it says drilling business. So we don't know if that pump was made in McPherson, if he had those made, you know, to sell as part of his business.
Wow, yeah.
But you still, I've never seen one before.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get my light because a lot of the neat stuff, well.
Oh, yeah, this is at 35.
Yeah, I want to go shine. Wow. I'll be right back.
Old wash machines, boat motors, 35 Ford. He just had almost like his own little miniature Pioneer Village museum. Relics. This here, wow, this is like the cat's meow of seed cleaners. Oh, it's huge. They repowered it with a gasoline engine. It's fairly modern, and that thing saw quite a bit of use. Vintage tractors. Lots of Maytag motors, probably a couple dozen of them.
Did you see the washing machines over here?
Yeah.
You see that 152 back there? You see a lot of Maytags, you don't see very many wooden ones.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It's a pretty neat
and
piece.
Here's the truck. 35.
Wow.
Maytags.
That is a barn find.
Oh, if you look, yeah, here I'll show the lighting here. I believe, I just make up a story here, but my guess is, if you look at that tag, that was probably when it was last driven, at least on the road.
Oh yeah, 57.
57, yep.
That's pretty plausible. 21 years, 22 years.
And then back here's where a lot of these hit and miss.
Oh yeah.
I do have another John Deere. That's an Edwards out of Ohio. That is a
Fairbanks.
Yeah, Fairbanks. I think both of those are. A monitor. Again, that's not one that I had ever heard of before.
Yeah.
Oh, that one there. That's
Oh, Cushman, yeah.
yeah, Cushman. Yep.
I was up at a deal in Nebraska and saw several of them.
There's another water pump kind of set up for a
Show display, yeah.
yeah, there's a pipe around the back. Under that bucket his spout goes in. That's a McCormick Deering corn sheller.
Yeah.
Old Wisconsin Motors. This, I don't know what it, I have an idea of what that is, but I don't know for sure. I'm wondering if that went on the back of a wagon.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't, I didn't put that on the sale bill because that's just kind of a wild guess.
Yeah.
But, and the same thing with those things. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I think those were made to move grain, but
yeah.
what they came off of, whether they came off of a machinery or they were actually in a mill, I don't know. We got another pump, another water pump. Another grinder of some sort. I believe, yeah, this is international.
Wow.
And this one, to me, looks like maybe even possibly to make flour.
Mm-hmm.
These these toys. Already had people asking me about the toys. We found all these in the barn. They're true barn finds. Old phones.
Yep.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, here's the two.
Yeah.
Off that tank wagon. Wow.
And I'm not a scientist, but this intrigues me. That this oil was 100 million years, and this was 85 years. Do they really know?
Do they really know?
And this type of stuff for the Maytag people, you don't.
Yeah.
Cans.
Yep.
Oh, here's something. You're an auto restoration guy. You don't see these very often.
What is that?
You know, I had that figured
Crank
out.
pin turning tool?
Crank pin turning tool.
Wow.
And there's the book and everything.
Wow. Motorized
Yes.
bicycle with the implement seat.
Hillbilly motorcycle.
It's a, yep.
Another grinder, 4 flat belt
Yep.
grinders. And this, it wouldn't surprise me, and again, you know, you look at that, you don't really know, but it would not surprise me at all if that wasn't used on the thrashing machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
Big flat belt. I don't know if there's anything. Well, let's go ahead while we're here, take a look in here. Yeah, there's you'll just sell these as large lots.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of, this is something you don't see very often.
Oh yeah, the shell. Yep.
I think it had some markings on it, if I remember right.
They took the firing pin out. Oh yeah, it's got a little yellow.
There we got.
Yep.
Okay, this is the old. This is kind of auto. That's the old, like A&W's.
Yeah, drive-in
Yeah.
tray. That's neat. Wow.
Okay. Oh, did you see this Maytag? That's kind of set up for a show also.
Yeah. Yep. Restored all the way or completely original, either one.
We don't really know. We found that in a grain bin.
Yeah, wow.
So it's that Paul Hunt, way back Dad bought new,
Yeah.
and has always been on the Hunt farm. And we put a battery in it. Just to show you a video, and yeah, we fired it up and rolled it around.
Wow.
Okay, that lets us like it.
Wow.
This is just a nice truck. We don't know how much work he did to it. I mean, yeah, it just purrs like a kitten.
Wow.
The motor's painted yellow now, so we think we're guessing he may have gone through the motor, but we don't know.
Yeah. Wow, what a time capsule. Wow. This still smells like 1957 in here. Do you remember the mileage?
No. You never know on these if they've been rolled over.
Yeah.
Let me get my big light. Where did I set that big light?
Oh, it's outside. Wow, this is just time capsule survivor truck.
Okay, it shows 7/2
Yeah,
67.
that's plausible. Wow.
I used to, when I was a kid, we were small farmers and we used our pickups
Yeah.
to haul grain to town. And we had wood side just like these,
Yep.
and that was back in the day when the elevator would lift the front end of the
Oh, yeah.
pickup. They won't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that this was used to haul wheat to town.
Yeah. And they used to cut the tailgates and put a little scoop slot, peephole slot to unload, which fortunately this one.
No, and we did the same thing. We just dropped our tailgate
Yeah.
down. And then there was a board
Wow.
across here. Now go ahead and look in the glove box. I think
Oh,
right toward
yeah.
the front you'll see a paper.
Yeah. So there's the original.
Yeah, right there. That's got the date on it.
There you go. Wow. Total time capsule. All the weather seal's still on it. Man. Yep. Optional 16-inch wheels. Neato. Okay.
We found that on there. He had put new rubber. I mean, they're thicker tires.
Yeah.
But everything else, that's the only thing I can say that I've, as far as noticed, sign fixing up.
1930, completely original, that was brought to the farm new and never left. Wow. Yep.
And yeah, if you go around the other side, you see it did have that. I was told at least that was a feature. It had that spare tire.
Yeah, single side mount. Warm original barn find. Got the, wow, there's a whole bucket of lead in the top. Yep.
And this one, I cannot find. I mean, it looks suspicious to me, like a Cushman, but and it has the same magneto, but it's a different. It's an off-brand. You know, other brands used them. Yeah. I wasn't enough that I felt confident advertising.
Yeah.
The brand on that.
Huh.
We got it running, driving it around.
Wow.
We don't really know that much. I don't know how long he owned it, or
Yeah.
don't really know the history on this.
It's kind of an older restoration, repainted. Yep. The old 56 Victoria. Yeah, about 1950 era. Would have had a globe on the top, which is reasonable to say is probably not around, but they make repros, so most of the guys, if they're going to put one outside, they don't leave an original globe on them to be outdoors. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we put, oh, this.
Yeah, this was an old Phillips 66 truck, wasn't it?
Oh, that's what?
Yeah, it's still got the signage under the...
This is the only one I don't have title. I'm selling this with bill of sale.
Yeah. In Kansas, it's pretty easy. You don't even need to do an inspection anymore. So, 3020 diesel tractor is...
That's actually a 3010.
Oh, okay.
And his cousin confirmed that.
Yeah.
We noticed the tag at the back said 3010.
Oh, okay.
Getting us suspicious.
Yeah.
He had just apparently replaced the sheet metal.
Sure, yeah.
3020. We had that thing going, and we used it actually quite a bit in setting up the auction, and then the tire, all the water, I got a whole shot of water in my face.
Oh.
When that went out and that sucked in and dumped all the water out,
yeah.
So we just parked it.
Yeah. Yep. And this was the old, wow, that's a diesel model.
It is. It's got the Cummins diesel in it.
That's pretty neat.
Supposedly Louis did some work on it. Again, that's just according to his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to find any records. But we got that thing fired up.
Yeah.
And we just drove it back and forth just to make sure it ran. We didn't take it down the road or nothing.